So, good morning. So today I'll start again the same thing, continuation of that same thing, if else statement. So here one program is there. You see how it is working with the help of only if statement. It is a good program. So the question is, form a set of 5 numbers, find out the maximum number. This program also given in your notes, the assignment. I am just explaining out here the class name. So from a 5 numbers I will be finding out the maximum number. So for that there is a class name is the max. You can give some other name also. Now public static void main string arrays. Now here all are assignment statement. A equal to 5, B equal to 7, C equal to 2. These are the way values are given. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values are given. And there is max, one extra variable kept. So that max will be used here. Now to check all the values and to find out which one is the max. So we are starting the process like this way. Now first I am giving the max will take, this is the capital M, so max will take the value of A. So first I am writing max equal to A. Initially max was no values, now max is taking the value of A. Now I am taking if B greater than max. Now max means the A, now B greater than max, that means if it is true then max will be the value of B. Now again so exactly same way, so if B greater than max, max means A, the B greater than A, so that means the max will take the value of B, that means or A will take the value of B. So that means here it is comparing between A and B, and we are finding out the values of which is the greater number. So we are starting the value of A, 5, giving to the max. So this max is first taking with B, then C, then D, then E. Whoever getting the bigger number than the value, and then the max will take. The max automatic always be taking the higher number. So if it is lower number, it will not take anything. So ultimately it will come to the last E also will be checked, and ultimately the max will get the highest number. Like that way we can find out the maximum number. This is a good program for this finding out the, like that way you can find out the minimum number also. Instead of greater than, you have to give the less than, you can do it. So this is one program to find out the maximum number, and you can find out the minimum also. And here one more thing, here I have given all the assignment. Here values I have given also. Now we can write a program where values you have to input from the keyboard, and then only you can write it. So that program I write, already I have given you how to input the values, that type of program. Now further program I write where there will be input. So once I will write one input program, and then again we will proceed it. Okay, now this is another program where you have to write, you have to input from the keyboard. Actually, unless we know how to input from the keyboard, we cannot write good programs. So that's why this is another program where we will be inputting keyboard input. Now you see, write a program to input name, roll number, percent and section from the keyboard. Now what we are writing? So here you see, name is a string type of data, roll number is a integer data, percent is a float data or double data, and then section is the character data. There are variety of data we are writing. So other than that also there are 1, 2 are still left, but these are some important data types. And now these are the data format, you have to know it. This program also I have given in the notes, you can see it there, complete program. And now you see, for this type of keyboard input where there will be input from the keyboard, we have to write import java.io.star. This you have to, this is a header file, this is a one your function, this one package, you have to call it. This is import, with the help of import is a keyword, java.io.star, this is a package name, input output. So for as is the input, so this package you have to call it. Now class name, class input 1, input as is a maybe a reserved word, input generally you use it, that's why I have given input 1 the class name. Don't give input. Now public static void main string address, so far we should write. After that this line added here, throws IO exception, IOE in the capital letters, IOE in the capital letter, IOE exception. Now buffer reader, buffer B in capital, buffer reader B in capital, R is capital, buffer reader buff is the object. Here you can write, instead of buff you can write some other thing, but this is fixed. New buffer reader, this is capital, new buffer reader, new input stream reader, and system. These are the capital letters. you have to follow it and continuously it is there. This is opening bracket, here open bracket, closing bracket, system.in, there is one more bracket will be there. So there are two opening bracket, two closing bracket. Now, so this you have to write it. So when there is a keyboard input, this you have to write it. This line is added, this portion is added, and this line extra new added. Now instead of buff, this is a buffer, short form of buffer, and it can be written BUFF or BUF or BU, anything can be written. Now now we are starting the main portion. These are formalities you have to keep, otherwise program will not work as a input program. Now system.out println, enter name from keyboard. So enter your name, it will computer will halt here, it will be asking, enter your name, to display on the screen, it will be waiting there. Unless you type it. Once you type, then this n will hold the data. That the n is a string type of data, because your name is a string data with the characters. So that's why n equal to buff.readline. So that means the buff.readline, you have to remember this statement you use to input one character, means the string type of data, and storing it also in a string data. System.out println enter roll number. Roll number is the integer data, so int. Roll number is the int type. Here n string, so n is a string type. Roll number is the integer type. Integer.parse int buff.readline. So integer, this is capital letters, this is capital letters. Buff.readline, n is in capital letters. So integer.parse int buff.readline. So that is your statement in the syntax for inputting any integer value. Now system.out println enter second section. Section is the single alphabet, as a section A or section B or single one character. That's why it is a character data. Character section equal to character. This is a typecasting mode. You have seen your book or in the notes, you will see the typecasting, how it is typecasting. So character dot read, character br dot read. So this is the statement. Now one more are there, so that I'll write again, continue. So that is the, so far the percent is not there, percent I'll write again, I'll explain, I'll rub it off till there. So now we'll continue. Again the percentage is a float type of data, percentage. The percent comes, say percentage, say 98.25% you want. So this is a float data, because percentage, these pointers are there. So that is a percent. Per float per is your variable, float data type, float dot passport buff dot readline. This is the syntax. These are the syntax I have given in the notes very nicely. You better follow from there or in the book also. Now all the data are entered there. Now we'll see the what is the data is entered. So print the entered data. The computer will print system.out println. Your name is what name you enter. Your system println, your section is what section you enter. Your system, your percentage, what percentage you got, and then system your roll number. So this is your roll number will be entered. So this is the end of this program, and this program you must practice also. This is required for other program.